What's up, you guys? Cruiser67 here, and today, obviously, as the title states, we're going to be talking about good decks for the January 2013 format. Now, as you guys know, the ban list was revealed to us last Friday, Friday the 13th, and it's created a lot of buzz. And in this video, I just want to talk about what decks I think are going to be good this format, based on what the ban list gave us, basically. Because I think a lot of cards that have been given to us or been taken away from us in the ban list have affected the current game, and I think that these changes are really going to affect a lot of some of the decks that we play, and the decks that are going to be very big this format. So this title might be a little misleading. I'm not only going to talk about what decks I think I'm going to be good. I'm also going to talk about the changes that have been made in the ban list that are going to make certain decks good. So to start this all off, I'm going to talk with the number one card I think is going to really fuck up the game, like it's going to bring big changes, is Tour Guide from the Underworld. I remember when Tour Guide first came out, and it was the hugest thing ever. I mean, Xyz monsters were just coming out, and you had like Leviathan Dragon, you had Leviair to go into, and that's when like Chaos Dragons were big, and people were playing triple of these things, and you had Sangan, you had fucking Sangan as a target for Tour Guide, and back then, you had the ruling that if Sangan was detached as Xyz material, you would still get your search off, and that was fantastic. I mean, you could just go for a first turn Leviathan Dragon, 2500 beater on field, and you'd get a search off. Like, it was a no-brainer. But even after that ruling got turned off, like people would just go Tour Guide into Sangan and then just end their turn, because then your opponent would have to deal with Sangan, and then if they did it with Sangan, you would just get your free search off. So it was a no-brainer to play it. So obviously you can't do that anymore with no more Sangan, but the fact that Tour Guide has gone to 3 means that a lot of decks are going to be using it. Like, Tour Guide's one of those cards that just is so splashable because it benefits any deck. It's like a fucking well, no, it's even better than Rescue Rabbit, because at least you don't have to play shitty normal monsters that you had with Rescue Rabbit. Tour Guide gives any deck, any deck at all, the ability to make practically free rank 3 Xyz summons. And when you think of all the rank 3 Xyz monsters you have out there, you have Leviathan Dragon, you have Leviair if you banish a lot, you have Acid Golem, which is a 3000 beater and a 3000 ass if you like Fiendish Chain it or something. You have MX Saver Invoker, you have what's it called there? Tempo. You have Zenmains. First turn Zenmains, guys, is going to be happening all the time. You have Fortune Tune, and that just came out as a alternative to Zenmains, and actually I think that Fortune Tune is a better alternative to Zenmains, because imagine it can't be targeted, so you can't just like Book of Moon it or anything, and you gain 500 life points every standby phase it stays alive. Plus, when it dies, you can get your tour guides back, and already that you have 3 tour guides plus another target. So let's say like Tour Bus or Night Assailant, even though I think Night Assailant's the better target for monster removal. That instantly gives you 4, my bad. 2 free Xyz summons. And if you play Fortune Tune, you can get another free Xyz summon, because you would just put back 2 tour guides into the deck. And you could Tour Guide for Tour Guide, you could Tour Guide for Tour Bus, and even if you draw 2 tour guides, hey, it's not the best thing, but because you're not thinning out your deck, but you still get 2 free Xyz summons now that Tour Guide is at 3. If you play another target. And I really think this is going to affect the game, because any deck can play Tour Guide. Because any deck can play Tour Guide, any deck is going to be able to use rank 3 Xyz monsters, and rank 3 Xyz monsters generate a lot of advantage in the game. Leviair is a 2500 beater. Leviathan Dragon is a 2500 beater. Leviair gets back banished monsters, and God, we know that a lot of decks this format are going to be banishing. But I think that Tour Guide going to 3 is really big, because like I said, it's super splashable and anyone could play it. Obviously, the price of Tour Guide is going to go up a lot, even though I know it was reprinted in the 2013 collectible tins, or the 2012 collectible tins, the one with Hanzo in it. So it might not be that pricey, but obviously I think going to 3 is going to go up in price, because a lot of people are going to be playing it, because there's no downside to playing Tour Guide. There is literally none, except like if you get Veilered. And even if you get max seeds, you could stop there. Like, at least you have 1 monster in defense mode, and just end your turn there. So Tour Guide is going to mean that a lot of players going to 3 is going to mean that a lot of players are going to be playing it, and a lot of scrubs are going to be having access to rank 3s, and that I think is really big. And Tour Guide, I mean, Tour Guide is just so splashable. It can go in Dark Worlds. It can glow. It can go. It can glow. It can go in the new Archfiends because you have Trick Archfiend, and Trick Archfiend actually does get its effect when it's detached, I think. So that's even more plus. You can put the shit in windups. Like, I'm very much putting Triple Tour Guide and a Night Assailant in my windups, like, because having access to rank 3 Xyz monsters is so crucial in this game. So that's my tidbit about Tour Guide. And speaking of Tour Guide and its effects, I think that a deck that is going to be very good, not just thanks to Tour Guide, but it'll definitely help, is obviously zombies. And guys, let's take a moment to think about this. Zombies have triple Plague Spreader, triple Mizuki, and triple Tour Guide, plus Night Assailant or Torgus. Zombies are going to be off the fucking wall this format. Like, Mizuki lets you just spam your zombie monsters from out of the graveyard, and Plague Spreader gives you easy access to level 6 synchros, level 8 synchros if you're going for if you want to play the Destiny Hero variant. I mean, Destiny Hero Malicious in this deck would be fantastic. Because, I mean, people have been playing Destiny Zombies forever, but with Malicious Mally at 3 and Plague Spreader at 3, you're going to be seeing this all over the place, guys. I'm fairly certain Zombies are going to be a very dominant deck this format, because they can special summon so easily with Plague Spreader and Mizuki. With Plague Spreader and Mizuki, and Zombie Master, and that, they generate so much advantage with stuff like Pyramid Turtle and Goblin Zombie. I mean, Goblin Zombie gets you anything in the deck, and Pyramid Turtle summons anything in the deck. Literally. Anything. Like, you're not going to play a zombie with more than, what is it, 1,000 defense or 1,500 defense or something? No. You're not going to do that. Because or else you're stupid. And literally, this deck is not hurt by Effect Veiler, unless it's like Zombie Master, because Mizuki, everything happens in the graveyard. Plague Spreader happens in the graveyard. Mizuki happens in the graveyard, and they all banish. And obviously, now that you can play 3 Tour Guides, you can go into Levier like twice. So hey, all your banished Plague Spreaders and all your banished Mizukis are going to be brought back with the Tour Guides with the Levier that you get from the Tour Guides. So this deck has so much synergy with all the cards that you got from the new ban list that I'm very certain that Zombies are going to be a fantastic deck format. Enough of that. One more deck. Another card that I think is really going to change the game this format is Magician of Faith. And when this card was announced, I'm sure there was a lot of buzz about Magician of Faith, like, oh, this card hasn't been used in so long, like, it's been on the ban list forever, oh my god, I'm going to use it, it's going to be so broken. And I'm the first to admit that Magician of Faith is not as broken as everyone thinks it is. It's a very slow card. You have to set the fucking thing. And for all the cards that destroy cards, I mean, this thing is probably going to get popped more times than you can actually flip it face up. But it is a slow format, so you never know. And also, I mean, what kind of spell cards are you going to get? Like, you can't splash Magician of Faith in every deck like you can with Tour Guide, because, I mean, Tour Guide's Tour Guide. But Magician of Faith, not every deck can use it, because what kind of spells are you going to get? Like, Darkhold, MST, Book of Moon? So, but I think it will help in a couple of decks, and it's going to help tremendously. And one of the decks that I really think that I didn't at first think that it would help very much, but then I thought about it, and I was like, shit, that's going to do really great, is in Gravekeepers. Think about it. Gravekeepers have a lot of key spells that you need. You need to get you need to keep Necro Valley on the field. You need to get you can get Gravekeeper's Stele with Magician of Faith. You can get, obviously, I said Necro Valley. And with all the new support coming out, you can get not Royal Tomb and Necro Valley, but the other one. The one that's kind of like, what is it? Vanity's Empty Mist, but for Gravekeepers. You can get that. And you can get a whole bunch of cards, because keeping like stuff like Necro Valley and keeping stuff like Stele and getting that much advantage is great for Gravekeepers. And it's not like Gravekeepers don't set enough, so just setting Magician of Faith is just like an everyday play. So people aren't going to be aren't going to be not expecting. They're not going to be expecting it. I mean, they're going to be expecting like a spy or something like that. And with all the new support coming out for Gravekeepers, I think Gravekeepers are going to be great this format, especially with Magician of Fate, to get back Necro Rally, to get back Stele, and stuff like that they can reuse and use to get more advantage. And obviously, the more obvious choice that you would put Magician of Faith in is obviously spellbooks. I mean, what else? Like, I think spellbooks are also going to be really great this format because of Magician of Faith. And Magician of Faith gets back everything in spellbooks, like literally. Like you could be at a complete disadvantage, top deck Magician of Faith, and just like insane troll face. You just said it. Get back secrets. Go for everything. Go for everything. Like it's insane how much synergy Magician of Faith has with spellbooks, and it's not even that bad because you can just set it. I mean, spellbooks, they're a fast deck as far as searching goes, but they lose if you misplay pretty hard, and you need something to get back your secrets. You need something to get back your life to keep going, and Magician of Fate is that card. Guys, it doesn't even matter that Spellbook of Fate has been put to 1. This thing gets back Spellbook of Fate. It fucking gets back Spellbook of Fate. And for all the things that you can recycle Fate with the Tower, you can recycle Fate with Eternity. Doesn't even matter. Spellbooks are going to be fantastic this format. I really do think so. Some more decks that I think are going to be good this format. Any deck that uses fucking Tenki. I mean, so that means Boojins, that means Kinsellers, and that means Fire Fists. Tenki going to 3 means all of these decks are getting massive support. They can get back their cards really easily. I mean, Boojins we already know are good because you practically run 4 copies of Honest, and if you run shit like Kaiser Coliseum and Vanity's Emptiness, you can once you set up like at least 2 or 3 turns with Yamato, you're set for game. And the only downside to Boojins is that if you don't draw Yamato or another Beast Warrior, you're fucked. But if you have triple Tenki, you can get Yamato and not be fucked, right? So I think Boojins are going to do pretty well. Constellas have always been good, but with triple Tenki, you can get Chaos faster and go into your Pleiades plays more often. And obviously, triple Tenki in Fire Fist is just like, it's a no-brainer. I mean, Fire Fists are just Fire Fists, guys. I mean, they're always good, and I think with triple Tenki, they're going to be even better. Another deck that I think are going to be doing pretty good, because Chaos Sork has gone to 2, I think we're going to see Chaos Dragons come back. And I mean, Chaos Dragons, they kind of slipped under the radar with Dragon Rulers, but they're a very good deck. You can mix them with Light Sworns to get some kind of Twilight variant going on. And I mean, with the mini dragons, like you have, Call of Serpent and Wive Burst or something, they're like mini Light Pulsar and Dark Flares, and they have a lot of great synergy with the deck. And Chaos Circuit 2 means that you can have more Chaos plays going on. And I think Burial from the Different Dimension is going to get really high in price with zombies and this, if zombies and this deck become really big. Just because, hey, but you're banishing a lot and you're going to want stuff back in the graveyard. And finally, one of the last decks that I think is going to do very good this format is Plants. I mean, guys, Lone Fire Blossom is at 2. I mean, it's not like having Glow Up Bulb, and I don't think Glow Up Bulb is ever going to fucking come back because it's fucking Glow Up Bulb, and it's broken to shit. But the fact that we have Lone Fire at 2 means that Konami really wants to push Plants. So that means Shinras are going to be pretty good now, but I really think that any version of Plants is going to be good now. You can have triple Giga Plants plus double Lone Fire, and then go for like Titanial to stop shit from targeting, and it's a fantastic. Plants are really good when you think about it. And you have Mark of the Rose to steal monsters from your opponent, and the rank 8 Shinra monster is like practically fucking Tiramisu, but better, because it's a plant and it's got 2800 defense. So I think Plants with double Lone Fire are going to be really, really great. You can play Spore, you can play Dandy. I mean, sure, you don't have Debris Dragon anymore. Well, you'll have 1 Debris Dragon. But I'm pretty sure that's only because they don't want people playing Plants like they used to, or going for Black Rose every turn, right? Because that's kind of broken. So yeah. So that's pretty much it, guys. I really think these decks are going to do really well this format because of the reasons that I mentioned. If you guys have any other ideas, please send them over to me. Comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you guys think are going to be pretty good decks this format. Honestly, guys, remember, this is just my opinion, just me speculating stuff from the ban list. Obviously, this might not happen depending on what we see in tournaments and stuff. So yeah, just tell me, guys, what you think. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day, guys. Cruiser67 signing off.